Hey, great Tuesday. Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? Yes, it is Tuesday. A great Tuesday evening. Sorry, it's kind of weird with the days. I'm such. I actually got me a new chair that has rollers, so I'm going. Me, me. I'm trying to find the right spot for it. It's always weird when you get a new chair. And I'm trying to figure it out. But I guess I should have practiced before. Good evening, Sandra. You were right on time. I'm sorry we're a couple of seconds late. And hi, Kenita. Good evening, Joe, Belinda. Hey, Marilu. We grew up together. Hey, Pedro. Michelle. Eva. Saucio family. Murillo, good evening, guys. Good evening, Kimberley. Good evening, Royal, my man, Chess Master Supreme. We gonna win. Evening, Goat, Frankie, and Blue Man. I know, joke. Gosh, almighty. Good evening to the future. Amen, brother. Hello, Carlos Esquivel and Jennifer. Buenas noches, Rudy. Good evening, guys. Hope everyone is doing well. So far, so good. Buenas noches, caballeros. Bendiciones, Marco. Muchas bendiciones. Good evening, Erasmo. Shout out to Bobby. Bobby Benavides. Bendiciones, Bunny. Buenas noches, caballeros. Sí, Erasmo, es martes. Aliviánate, please. I'm going to try, bro. I'm going to do my best. Hey, guys. Good evening. I'm still waiting for you to come by. I know. I actually was going to go by today, but again, it's kind of a weird thing. It's just sometimes you think like, oh man, I don't got much to do today. And de repente, boom, like, oh goodness gracious, it's time to to start live streaming at 9 o'clock, and the day just flies. But tomorrow, I promise I will go by, Claudia. Good evening, Ruben and Kimberly. Condolences to the yes, Dr. Caquias passed away, and many heartfelt condolences to all the family out there, but not only the Caquias family, but to a lot of other individuals that knew Dr. Caquias, and who's feeling the loss. Again, this is becoming very, very all the more real, especially on nights like tonight. That it seems like the county is starting to be a little bit more realistic. In regards to the positives, still the number is off. There's no way that only 69 positives came through today in the city of Brownsville. And again, something that I've been talking to a lot of individuals out there, you have to understand that because we are testing less individuals, of course, we're going to get less numbers tested positive. We shouldn't, throw care to the wind and say everything's going to be okay. It's not. 16 deaths were reported in the city of Brownsville, and those 16 deaths are mostly young folk. And by young folk, I'll say 40, 50, 60-year-olds. Should not have passed away at that age. This coronavirus is very real. It is here to stay for a good while. I don't even think that with the vaccine coming soon, that we're going to guarantee a free pass and get out of jail free card. It's not guaranteed. So it's it's bringing it very, very close to home. It's bringing it very, very close to home, and it's something that again, as we mentioned many months before, it's going to be like cancer, where everyone has been affected by coronavirus. So condolences out to Dr. Caquias' family, friends, and our community as a whole. It's not a good thing. And good evening, muchachos. Good evening, my brother. Love you, David, my man. Marisa, good evening, Marisa. Wish you were here. Erasmo, did you put a gas in? Yes, I actually filled it up. Papa didn't have any gas in the damn truck. Should put that, Dad. Shout out to La Tia Solteronas. You'll behave. Frankie, don't forget my yard sign and my shirt.
I'll be out there tomorrow, guys.
Good evening from H-Town. Laura, we miss you. Come back home. Hello. Looking good. Handsome. That's me. Oh, handsome guy. It's just me. That's handsome.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, Erasmo. How's it going, Vito? Hello, world. How was everybody's Tuesday? I had a very interesting afternoon, guys. My shirts came in, masks came in. I still have a yard sign, so I'll be making my rounds later on throughout the rest of the week. So it's gonna be fun. I've gotten so many messages and phone calls asking me for shirts and masks. So I'll be delivering them very soon. Very quickly, guys, a special shouts out to B&A Drive-Thru on Boca Chica and Central on the corner. Always support local business. So special shouts out to our friends at B&A Drive-Thru off of Boca Chica and Central Boulevard. Erasmo, the numbers, Hidalgo County reported 25 deaths this evening. Brownsville reported 16 or 17, if I'm not mistaken. And you are correct. For the most part, it is individuals between their 40s, 60s, and 70s. It's very alarming. And again, this is something that the doctors have been telling us. We might see a slight dip in the numbers, but then again, we have September, October coming around, which the flu season's about to start. So I still feel, guys, that people are getting relaxed with these numbers because a couple of weeks ago at Erasmo, we were seeing 1,000 cases. Now I think today we had 100 and some, if I'm not mistaken. So it's gonna be very telling to see how we go on from here until the second wave hits. So it's gonna be very very scary until we start taking this a little bit more serious, in my opinion.
Mary Lou, my deepest condolences to your family, Mary Lou. Very, very sorry to hear of your father's passing. I knew your father very, very well, and again, it's something that has affected every single individual out there. So my prayers out for you and your family, and please keep me informed, Mary Lou. My prayers out to all of y'all out there tonight. Vito, how you doing, my man?
Good. How are you, buddy? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, just making sure. All right, Frankie, you doing okay? Good.
I'm doing pretty good. Awesome,
buddy.
Tuesday.
Good job, David. I didn't visit any schools today, but I did get I did have the opportunity to speak to a lot of individuals out there. And I know that you're referring to the distribution of a lot of material. Look, guys, I'm going to say this again. I said it this morning, but I'll say it again this evening. And every single parent, every single individual that sent me a message in regards to their concerns, in regards to the wait time, in regards to what was distributed. Look, guys, I completely understand. I received a lot of messages from my people that were out there working today. Guys, please don't take it out on my people that are working at the schools. It is not their fault. My band people, my coaches, my teachers, my counselors, my principals, they are doing the best job they can do, considering the circumstances that have been brought before them. It is not their fault. If there's anyone that you should be upset with, is with the superintendent and this board, because they have placed our individuals in a very, very bad type of situation. And I mentioned this a couple of weeks back in regards to the ones that were going to take the brunt of the hit in regards to this board and the superintendent's incompetence were the frontline staff, the individuals that were actually going to be dealing directly with, with parents and grandparents and other individuals that were coming in to pick up supplies or pick up their hot sparks, their punto caliente, or their computers. And again, it's getting to the point where it's been saying it, and again, we really wish that we would have been a little bit more proactive since April, instead of waiting till a week before school starts to start putting stuff together, because that's what happened this past weekend. These past couple of days, people have been working hard to put material together in order to distribute. And of course, with that type of situation, you can't expect amazing results. But despite the fact, I did get a lot of great compliments from a lot of different schools out there, from parents themselves, that said that it was very, very easy going and a very short process. So Again, that's off. Vito, did you hear about the distribution of material today?
You're breaking up while like right now you're frozen. Frankie is too, and I can't hear what you're asking.
It's called Vito needs to
There.
get non-cheap internet.
It's I don't know what's going on. We're having technical difficulties on my end over here because it's slowing down.
You might want to try and use your phone instead of using your computer.
All right, I'll be right back.
But very, very difficult situation today's in the schools. Another hello. Tim, hey, Tim, I saw a picture out there, and Tim, and again, my condolences to you all for losing a friend, and to our community for losing a great individual in Derek Juarez. Again, I had the opportunity to talk to Hannah a little bit, and it's just not easy for anyone out there. But a great picture out there, Tim. A great Longhorn picture. Me too. Don't forget mine either, Frankie. It's Eva Barbosa. I'm sure.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Frankie, you're getting cacheton. Too many cookies. Hola, Marco. Yes, my son wants a shirt from you, Frankie. How come nobody's asking for my shirts anymore? Hey, guys. Yeah. I think because everyone already has my shirts. I think I've ran enough times out there, guys, that y'all should have like a collection of damn Erasmo shirts. I don't know what y'all do with them, but I imagine that there's a lot of them out there. Vito's up, bro. Se desapareció Vito. He's saying come back. Thank you so much. Again, Mary Lou, stay in touch with me. I wish I would have known back then. I would have reached out. My prayers. Love you. The disappearing blue man. Good evening. Stay safe, Rachel. Good evening, guys. Ya no puedo saludar en la mañana porque me pegan ahora. Pero ahorita sí. I know what's going on. A lot of individuals, they because of the 9 o'clock hour, a lot of them are already supposed to be reporting on campus. Let me tell you guys, I have gotten permission from y'all's principals that while y'all are out there in the hot sun, distributing or waiting for people to come through, y'all have permission to be watching the Erasmo show at 9 o'clock in the morning every day. So if they ever try to stop you, just say, well, Erasmo already got permission. Hey, Vito, you hear us better now?
Can you all hear me? Are we good?
Yes. Can you hear us?
I can hear y'all.
Good. How you doing, Vito?
It sounds your voices sound like boomerangs, but that's all right. We'll get through this. First and foremost, thank you for having me on, Erasmo. Cheese Nation, thank you. Trying to get situated here. Not all of us can be as rich as you, Erasmo, not just in wealth, but in friends, and have all the fun gadgets you have.
Well, let me tell you, it's kind of like a curse. It's a big burden to bear, but someone, has to do it. It's a tough job, man. But not everyone can be handsome and totally not fat like me, and really, I know a lot of people, a lot of people were saying that it was just a phrase, but no, there can only be one. And that was a moment for
better
Vito to left. You still look horrible, bro. Welcome, Mr. Cardenas, for being here to answer questions. Saludos, Mr. Cheese from Lockhart, Texas. Chris, my man, good to see you. Still in middle school, did an awesome job. Yes, that was one of the schools that I got a lot of compliments from. I also got a lot of compliments from Manzano and an elementary. Breeden. No, I can't remember. One of them. Thank you, Erasmo, for helping Sofia set up her Zoom for school. Love you. Guys, we are here to help each other out. Anyone that having any issues or troubles with their technology, anyone except Vito, please call me, and I will make sure that
Yes.
you're set. You doing better now, Vito?
I can. I think the hamster that's turning the wheel is starting to warm up. So I think we may be ready here. Y'all don't sound like boomerangs anymore.
Good job. And that's
And now
considering
y'all just froze.
that's considering that I just flew in from Australia. So Vito, let's go
Yeah.
into.
Let me see. Let me try this again because y'all are frozen
Now you see how
on my
frustrated
part.
I get?
Yeah,
see how
now you see how the kids would get frustrated if their hotspots freeze up on them. Like right there, y'all are frozen.
Like the movie. Let it go. Let it go.
Fuera.
Let it go. Let it
There's
go.
nothing like live TV, Erasmo. Nothing
That's
like
not,
live TV.
but something the video says very, very well, was making mention. Guys, it really is very, very frustrating, guys. Let me tell you, for me, it's very frustrating. And, I've told Frankie when he was paying that cricket phone and, was getting that cheap internet, we're going, Frankie, it's very frustrating when you're like freezing up and I'm here like talking by myself. It really is. Because, Erasmo, this moneymaker here, this beautiful face isn't beautiful just because of natural looks. I have to fix up a little bit here, put a little light there, get a little camera on this side, a little camera on that side. You have to invest in those things. But talking about investing, a lot of our teachers out there, they're making a lot of investments in regards to upping their technology in regards to getting ready for next on the 25th, which is next Tuesday, next Tuesday, which is the start of the school year for BISD. And again, guys, one of the things that I'm concerned with is have we upped our games enough? Is there a possibility that the district will provide some type of support, some type of assistance for our staff out there? I know that it's been very, very hectic for a lot of our staff. A lot of our staff has reached out. One of the things that has not been promised and has not even been mentioned is in regards to maybe some form of stipend. Because there was a stipend that was given towards the later part of the 6 weeks for last year, but not much has been mentioned for this school year. And I'm going to dare say that a lot of our people out there are going to need all this as they could get. My other concern is where are we going to start to get a lot of this money that we're going to start to need during these months? If I understand correctly, and I'm going to submit an open records request tomorrow, this administration has started to dip into the fund balance. And again, I'm all for dipping into the fund balance when it is an emergency situation, when it's needed. But let me tell you guys, we would be in a lot better place today if we had been a little bit more proactive. And let me tell you, we cannot afford to continuously eat up the fund balance because we're going to find ourselves in non-compliance with TEA, with guidelines that are required of us in regards to the fund balance. And it's not a good thing to be without a couple of bucks in the bank. And it's not a good thing. Frankie, have you heard anything in regards to the technology stipend or anything to favor our teachers out there?
I really haven't. I have heard from teachers themselves saying that they're doing everything possible. They're upgrading their plans on their Spectrum accounts since they're going to be, teaching from home. Their students are also going to be from home. They need more bandwidth, so we could avoid what's going on with Vito here. But in regards to, I had a lot of questions in regards to the hotspots at Erasmo. Many parents are concerned as to, is this an unlimited amount of bandwidth that each mobile hotspot will be receiving? I have an account with a laptop at Erasmo through Spectrum, and that gives me, they have plans, of course, but certain bandwidths per month, and after that they charge you. Well, I started using my iPad a lot more, so I eventually ended up getting the unlimited plan, But of course, once you hit a certain amount of bandwidth, it starts lagging after a while. And my question was, how much juice do we have for these students? If let's say a household has these hotspots, how many people are going to be using the device, and is that going to take away from the amount allocated for that one hotspot? So there's a lot of questions. We've heard also about school buses going around town, trying to get a good signal for the students to accomplish their studies, their homework, to help with the instruction. So it's gonna be a learning curve, guys, for the teachers, for the students, even for the bus drivers. What if they get into a spot where it's not enough range? So again, it's all about seeing what works and what doesn't. And again, we've said this before, and we'll get criticized for repeating it. But hey, we should have done this a long time ago. We should have worked with the technology back then. We should have distributed the material back then to give the teachers an opportunity to see what works and what doesn't. Unfortunately, Tuesday is the start of the new school year, guys, and it's going to be playing catch up. We're going to have to learn on the fly, unfortunately, Erasmo. So again, this is something that is going to affect our students. And again, our teachers go far and beyond for the students. So it's going to take a learning curve in order for everybody, students, teachers, even the parents, to get into the hang of things. So I'm hoping and praying for the best. But as we know, Erasmo, with something so new, something's bound to happen. So we'll see where this leads us to. But again, I have a lot of questions, more questions than answers right now.
They told us to use Google Meet with the students rather than Zoom. They did, Sandy, and as of right now, we're thinking that that's the way that they're going to go. The student that Jamie was referring to was a student that was going to the Med Academy, the one in Rancho Viejo, San Benito area, that one. And I think they were going to do some learning via Zoom. That's why she needed to get that ready. But I'm hoping that they're going to be firm in regards to it. I did get a message in regards to the stipend. There's no stipend because the superintendent made mention that the classrooms were going to be open if they needed internet. And again, he's just not getting it. He's just not getting it. He's not understanding. So it's we're not going to give you the $65 a month because, hey, you have the option of coming in and probably getting coronavirus in one of the campuses. And, to hell with your kids. If you have kids at home, to hell with them. Leave them at home. He's just not getting it. And that's what's really frustrating to me. Like, this superintendent is just not getting it, or he just doesn't give a rat's behind. Just doesn't give a rat's behind. It's like, look, guys, one of my concerns with this board is that they're so disassociated from the people, the sentiment, the anxiety of our staff and everything, that they're clueless. That's why they keep on congratulating each other, like, "Oh, you're doing a great job. You're amazing. You're great." And because the people that they surround themselves with are these yes people, and these yes people are always going to tell the superintendent, they're going to tell the board members exactly what they want to hear. Again, that is my concern with a lot of the individuals that are coming onto this board. A lot of the individuals that are coming. Look, to start off with, no incumbent or appointed person should come back. No one, not at all. They are the reason why this has been placed upon us, these challenges that now we are going to have to overcome. There are challenges that should have been taken care of when it was a small thing. And I've used this example before. I'll use it again. Guys, if you ever come to my office, which a lot of people have, you're going to know that the door slams real hard. Bam! Slams real hard. And you see, I have two options. I have the option of fixing it now, and probably putting some pad around the entrance of the door so when it slams, it'll amarrar un poquito and then just be shoosh instead of the bam. But if the bam, bam, if the bam continues, I run the risk that the door is going to break, and then I'm going to have to replace the whole damn door. And then you're talking about probably $300 just to replace that glass door. Same thing with BISD and with everything that's going on. If they would have nipped it earlier throughout the year, we wouldn't be in this predicament right now where everything was going to be very, very costly. But they don't get it. They don't get it, and they still don't get it because they surround themselves with yes people that are continuously telling them that they're doing a great, great job. So no, they shouldn't come back. The other individuals that shouldn't come back are the people that were placed in this election by Sylvia Atkinson, because Sylvia Atkinson has a candidate in each and every race. And listen to what I'm saying. Sylvia Atkinson has at least one candidate in each and every race, because she is going to fight tooth and nail to continue to have control of this sport. So it's very, very simple. Lucifer, Vito, how are you assured that you won't misplace district money as Sombrero Fest Fiasco 3,200 that Roy had to cover with his own money? Unfortunately, Vito cut off, and it wasn't because he didn't see your question. I will say that as a BISD board member, you do not handle any money unless you're Sylvia Atkinson or her board members. It is a big, big no-no. You do not handle money. And look, I'll even say this much. A lot of times I'll have a lot of individuals that say, no, Erasmo, let people advertise on your pages. You know, they've asked. And I said, how do you go about doing that? One. Two, it gets very messy when you start charging people money. Because let me tell you, then you become a blogger. You become a blogger who gets paid to write crap and a half. Like Jerry McHale. Jerry McHale is going to be posting crap and a half about myself and praises about my opponent because he's a paid blogger. And again, that's the issue with having money come into play. Once you have money come into play, then you become very, very biased in regards to the information that you're dishing out. So I don't want to receive money from individuals, small business, because I know a lot of people were out there saying, oh, well, Erasmo goes to the restaurants and he gets free food. I don't. Unless someone is taking me out to eat, I don't get free food from no restaurant. Sometimes they'll try and give me free stuff, but I'm not going to give a good review just because someone gave me an extra biscuit or something. But Lucifer, I'm hoping that Vito can up his game in regards to technology and come back tonight. If not tonight, it's a valid question. It's a fair, valid question that he needs to answer because I don't know exactly what you're referring to. I have absolutely no idea. I don't know, but maybe he can answer it. Maybe he will answer it. He should answer it. I don't know what that is. Frozen. I think that they're playing freeze with you, Vito. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Frankie, my kid wants a mask, and you guys should have your own show on TV. Yeah.
Trying to make it big like Joe Rogan, guys. One day.
Erasmo, a quick question. What are the numbers for today? Sorry, if you gave them already, just got here. No worries. 69 positives for the city of Brownsville and 16 deaths, unless I miscounted. 16 deaths in the city of Brownsville. And again, the numbers are wrong. There's no way. Little nip and tuck. I still want to take care of this little part a little bit. That's one of the reasons why I have the light hitting me down. So I make a shadow. So the little part that's down here, you don't see too much. It's called magic. No, it's called, getting better at your craft. Hey, no shame in my game. Good evening, Erasmo, Frankie, and Mr. Vito Cardenas, who had internet issues. Spectrum has good internet, but a bit expensive. That's the one I have, and it is expensive. Hey, Frankie, ya prestale la clave del McDonald's a Vito.
We need to follow the McDonald's for that free Wi-Fi.
Free Wi-Fi. This is a great example of what teachers might go through. Wish the board could see that and be more understanding and think of other ways to yeah, look, guys, let me tell you, we should have upped our game a long time ago. Something that McAllen did. McAllen started to work with their school district and started to make McAllen into a smart city by setting up these some things on transformers throughout the city. And hopefully they focused on those areas of town that were where they had the most at-risk students. But yeah, you're 100% right. What is Vito's day job? What can he bring to the table? That's actually a good question. I know that he runs a mechanic shop, but again, I'm going to let Vito answer his own questions. I'm not here to answer any individuals, especially if we're running for office. That's bien loco, cheese. Just a little. Jeez. I hate doing that when that happens. I go down and it skips a lot of questions. Sorry, guys. Let me go back up. Sorry.
We're just live.
Sorry, guys. Loaded Tug, we already got that one. Chris, this is a perfect example. Stacy, yes. Talia Loco Cheese, that's where I stopped. Russell, yes, Patreon Many did a good job today. Awesome. That's the kind of stuff we love to hear. I love to hear that, our staff kicked it despite the different circumstances they were dealing with. Sevelindo, hadn't seen you in a long time. Hello, man. Today, my birthday. Can you sing happy birthday after today's topic? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sevelindo. Happy birthday to you. Independent audit needs to happen and soon. Yes, and I've been screaming for it for a while. Some independent audit that is completely away from any board member and completely away from administration, completely away from the district as a whole. 100%. Erasmo, I had a conversation with my friends Quique, El Chaparro Garza, Felipe, La Paipa Padilla. And you and Frankie are the best choice by far. You have our votes. Ruben, thank you, man. And send my love to Quique and to La Paipa. Tell them Erasmo appreciates it. And let me tell you, this is a time where you all are going to be a part of this campaign as much as we are. And by that, it's like I was telling a friend today that said, Erasmo, what can we do? I said, right now, what you can do is make sure you tell all your friends, all your family, and everyone else that, we have an opportunity as a community before us, an amazing opportunity. Who is Vito and what's his platform? Again, going to let him do that. Rudy. I'm glad that situation got taken care of today. Yes, that's the threshold until it starts lagging. Yeah, it's an issue, guys. One of the things that I've wanted to do is I am on Wi-Fi, but my modem is over there at the front of the office. And I have been wanting to find a way to just move so I could connect the Ethernet cable directly to the computer, which guarantees a faster internet. But as of right now, I haven't had that much issue with it. It's not like I've had to go to, I don't know, McDonald's to, hook up and.
Damn hurricane.
Ricardo was looking for a hotspot. He needs to take his kid's hotspot. He's got a kid at Hannah. He needs to take his daughter's hotspot. Something that Frankie mentioned is a concern that has been shared by me. I have not gotten the information. I had hoped to do it today, but it was a busy day. In regards to how many gigabytes the hotspots are going to have, and if there's going to be an upcharge to parents up there if students use more of the internet than they're supposed to. It's a valid question. Just haven't had time to get the answer from anyone yet. Yet it was a busy day for me as well. Very busy day for me tomorrow as well. And tomorrow I have a couple of meetings. And again, and I posted on the page, I'm very, very, very grateful. I had meetings with bus drivers today. I had meetings with food nutritional services individual. I had meetings with teachers. I had meetings with principals. I had meetings with parents today. Again, guys, I'm going to work this campaign. And let me tell you, it's not easy, especially with a pandemic upon us. It's just not easy at all. But we've got to find a way, to relay the message. And look, me personally, I'm not trying to relay the message of Erasmo Castro, because I'm going to dare say a good percentage of the people of Brownsville know Erasmo Castro. The message that I'm trying to relay to individuals that come and visit, come pick up shirts, is that this is their campaign to run. It's their campaign to run. And I will be okay with whatever the outcome, whatever the voters decide this coming November the 3rd, I'm going to be okay. But will you? will your children? Will our community? And that's the important question. That's the important question. So again, this is your race. This is your race. The outcome is going to say if you truly want change for the city of Brownsville, you just want the same crap over and over again. So it's time, guys. It's time for you to become a part of the electoral process in the city of Brownsville. Knowing BISD, they probably bought cheap hotspots. I see this not working well at all. I'm concerned. We're going to see. Yes, even us. I call it the set by up. You get 10 gigabytes for a 30-day period. Once your 10 gigabytes is gone, it will slow way down. If you need to buy more data, it's $5 per gigabytes. You will not be charged, but your internet will slow down. Oh, the network key you need to register is on the back of the cover of the device. That's actually not too bad news. I work from. Yeah.
I'm sorry. The interesting thing is, 10 gigabytes isn't that much. If you take into consideration, would they be obviously streaming either Zoom videos, the instruction that those 10 gigabytes, they'll probably be gone within, I would say, maybe mid-month, if not faster. So I hope that the hotspots has a lot more than 10 gigabytes, and I'm a little worried about what was previously said, that once you hit that mark, you get charged, you get billed for every usage afterwards. I hope BISD either inform the community, inform the parents, at pickup and said, hey, read the fine print or read this. If you go over a certain amount, you're gonna get billed. So again, I hope not. But again, we'll be looking into this to see what options the parents have using these hotspots.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I couldn't go to your office for t-shirts. That's all right, Celsius. Come tomorrow. I'll be here all morning. I think I have a meeting at 2:00, another meeting at 4:00. But outside of that, I should be here all morning. And after 6:00, I'll be here at my office. Should be interesting. If educators want to risk their lives, should be a personal choice, not up to the district. They should go above and beyond to provide everything educators and students need to stay safe. I agree. I think the only issue is they're really tying the hands of a lot of individuals that are being forced to go onto the campuses. But again, Frankie, always looking sharp. And Erasmo, are you wearing pants? Yes, I am wearing pants today. I promise. I haven't had the chance to take them off. And let me tell you, I really want to. But and again, part of the reason that I look, if I was at home, I'd probably be in underwear. But I'm not at home. I'm at my downtown office. And because I'm in my downtown office, I have to get in my car and I have to go to of course, I've got to go Jack in the Box for my midnight snack. So I have to be wearing pants. So the shorts that y'all saw were actually shorts. They were not boxers. Be nice. Questions to Frankie, Carlos, and Marisa. Good. If for whatever reason you guys win, how can the community and BISD family trust you guys to make the right decisions for the best interest of the district and community? When you all have been influenced by Erasmo, would you guys agree with him or against the puppet master to make the right decision? We community wants the best for our teachers, staff, administrators, and students. That's a fair question.
Rudy, hey, that is a fair question. The reason why, I will not be taking money from any vendors is because I don't want to owe nobody nothing. I don't know Erasmo nothing. I don't know Carlos nothing. And I don't know Marisa nothing. I will vote my conscience. My allegiance, my responsibility is to our community, our employees, our students. That is all. Again, being part of a board is one vote. To make positive change is 4 votes. Do I owe Erasmo anything? No, I don't. Do I agree with some things? Of course. Do I disagree with other things? Of course. We're human. But again, to say that we are being controlled by one individual is wrong, because again, the reason why I do not take money from special interests is because I want my community to know that this is our seat. And that's the good thing about having this platform that we're on, Rudy, because you can ask these questions to us and say, Frankie, why did you vote a certain way? Can you please explain? And I think that's a great way for our community to be involved in this process. You know, for far too long, politicians have used our seat on the board to do everything a las escondidas, backdoor dealings. So again, am I being manipulated by one individual, by a group? Of course I'm not. My allegiance is to our community, to our teachers, and to our students. I will vote my conscience when I'm on that board.
And Rudy, and you know, again, it is a valid question, but I want you to understand one thing. Do you really know that that question was never asked of Sylvia? Ever. And I mean, you're talking about a puppet master, bro. A puppet master. You know that was never asked of Sylvia? Never did I ever hear or see a post anywhere on social media. Never. And she was an actual puppet master. Look,
still is.
You know my agenda, bro. You know me very, very well. You may not like me, Rudy. And I mean, that's your prerogative, bro. But don't come on here and call me a puppet master, because I am far from it. I hate what Sylvia has done to the district. I hate what Sylvia has done to many teachers, many administrators, many individuals out there. She has destroyed lives. Lives. She has used the positions that she's had at the district as an employee and as a board member to decimate individuals. She used the board attorney to lie about Dr. Sendejas. She used the board attorney to make up stuff about Carlos Elizondo. She used the board attorney to make up stuff about Arvin Tucker and to make us fire him or transfer him. And she used the board attorney, her, Minerva, Prissy, and Drew, used the board attorney to throw hell and a half at me. So for me to even think or want to be a Sylvia would go contrary to anything that I've been fighting for the longest time. Look, man, and you were probably one of those people in there that were saying, well, Erasmo was out there visiting schools and going taking programs and blah, blah, blah. See, the truth of the matter is that is what I truly believe a board member should be doing. A board member should be an ambassador for the district. A board member has no business in putting his hands in the financials of the district or the livelihood of its employees, man. But again, y'all are just cowards, bro. Y'all are cowards because you know darn well that I'm going to allow the question and I'm going to respond to the question as well. But you're such a piece of crap that y'all never asked Sylvia anything. Y'all never questioned her about anything. And she actually destroyed lives. So it really ticks me off. But again, you keep on coming on here, bro. Keep on coming on here and ask tough questions. Throw them out here on my pages, on my platform. Keep on coming, bro. Keep on coming and keep on asking the tough questions. They'll come through as long as you're not disrespectful. And again, a very valid question. Very valid question. Sylvia Atkinson had her finger in everything. As registered voters, we have the right to know your plans and questions all persons running for an elected position. 100%. And again, a valid question. It wasn't asked. It wasn't asked in a insulting way. You're still on here, bro. Keep on asking the questions. Valid question. And Carlos and Erasmo have already served on the board before, and they did a damn good job. They all care about our students and BISD family. 100%. And again, look, Rudy and everybody else, you can't lie to teachers. You can't lie to students. You can't lie to these individuals. They know the truth. That is why Erasmo Castro, every single time he went into a stadium, into a function. And people are not going to let me lie. That is why Erasmo Castro would always get cheered and applauded. And not only by students, by parents, by personnel, because they know the truth. And I think most of my detractors, they know the truth too. They just hate to admit it. This is what it is. You can get sponsored by someone. Just show the product on your show. Well, I will say one thing, man. I had some time off today, and I was wanting those matcha butter waffle things that I bought, and I couldn't remember where I bought them, and I actually thought that I bought them at Oriental Market. That's at North Park Plaza. And it's kind of funny because I actually did a video out there, and I called it Oriental Express. Oriental Express. And that's a movie. Or maybe a book here. But it's Oriental Market. And I've gone there thousands of times, but I was still calling it Oriental Express. I hope that's not racist in any way, Trey. But anyway, so I got there, and then when I was going to the store to see if they had those matcha butter waffles, crisps, with their cookies, they're amazing. I saw that there was this Amoripan and IQ's juice bar, and I thought, the bar part didn't attract me. What attracted me was the food products. So I went, did my thing at Oriental Market, not Express, and then I went into Amoripan, and they have a lot of the keto, vegan, paleo, and I still don't know what all those exactly mean, but I have an idea, and they've got some good stuff out there. So I had a zucchini cupcake with a buttercream on top with a zarzamora, and it was delicious. It was pretty awesome. And so then I went next door and I went to IQ's, and let me tell you, this beet juice, my goodness, I'm going back for some more of that beet juice. And I also brought some camote chips, which I'm going to eat tomorrow. Just can't eat them. So got a lot of food. And yes, I paid for everything, but no, man. I did the video because someone was asking if I was going to start doing the food videos again. I do the food videos because I want to promote our local business, and I'm being very, very sincere about it. I want everyone out there to please go out and support our local small business out there, whoever they may be. And no, I didn't put up a sign there. I didn't leave my stickers or my nothing. I don't think they even knew who I was, actually, which surprised me a little bit. Or my face covering was really covering me up well. And I think the person that was there at the IQ's juice bar was going like, why is this guy making a video in front of my store? I think her name is Ingrid, but Ingrid, y'all have some good stuff out there. And please, folks, support our local business. Plate bogger is a kiss ass, in other words. Yeah. Why? Well, I'm not going to work tomorrow. Why? Congratulations on your retirement. Let me tell you, Lonnie is a great asset for BISD. I love you. You know it. Had a great time running into you before the previous campaign, and then while I was on the board. Good evening, Mario Ledesma. Mario Ledesma is the father of a champion Taekwondo master, an amazing athlete. Good job, man. Yes, my Spectrum has gotten ridiculously expensive. It is getting expensive. Let me tell you, I saw my bill and I just wanted to pass it on to somebody else. This question may sound dumb, but how will BISD educate our kids virtually? Will it be an all-day thing? And if so, what about the full-time working parents or single parents? I don't think it's going to be completely full-time. I think they're going to be given different assignments that they need to pass. Again, I'm not sure of the final outcome in regards to what they're going to be, how they're going to be teaching our students. But hopefully this week we'll have a couple of teachers on, and they can explain what their experience has been. Again, as the parents, be patient. That's all I'm asking. Please be patient. Be patient. work with our teachers, work with our counselors, work with our staff. They're doing the best job they can. They really, really are. They were thrown into this situation by a superintendent who doesn't care, who comes from Edinburgh, and a board that was only focused on this election season. And that's very, very unfortunate. No work for me because I'm retired. Yes, I know. Gigabyte has amazing internet service. Gigabyte, is that like a company? Don't know. Spectrum is freaking expensive. It is crazy. I pay a lot for Spectrum too for high speeds, and it still freezes on me. The one I have. It's true. I would love for you to bring the idiot from No on your show. It's. Let me tell you. He and I have come a very, very long way. And actually, we had a conversation actually today, and I've had the opportunity to come out on his show because I will go to anyone's forum if invited, and I will respond to any questions whatsoever. Margie Martinez watching. Hola, Margie. Vela Middle School was very well set up and even had census. Oh, that is awesome. That is Mandy out there. And Mandy does a great, great job. She did a great job at Breeden, and I have faith that she's going to do a great job at Vela. Good job. What's happened to Roman and Jimmy? Jimmy's started a new business, and he's tied up doing his own videos out there. And Roman never upped his game. He was like Vito. He never upped his internet game to the point where we could say like, Celia, give back the Wi-Fi.
That's funny.
Brownsville can't compare to McAllen. I love my hometown, but McAllen is at another level. It's a mini San Antonio. Yes, 100%. And that is because of the elected officials that have robbed us blind. Vito still looking for that lost Sombrero Fest money.
Damn, Raza's savage tonight, man.
Hey, bro. It's not for the weak. What hotspot? I requested one for my sin and nothing. Your sin has been forgiven.
Puro Chile.
Hey, yo, Daniel Lee.
RGV 10 News, Daniel Munoz. Awesome, man.
So, Mr. Castro, Mr. Olivo, have you considered that perhaps the reason that Vito is a bit late for tonight's show is that perhaps he had a hard drive? But I'm bummed. Erasmo, Frankie, and Carlos, the three gladiators that Brownsville needs. Vote 2020. Let me tell you. And I've said it before, Brownsville in this district needs champions, people that will fight. When you voted Erasmo, Frankie, Carlos, you are voting for your children. No más rateros. Necesitamos gente honesta. Preach. Change. November 2020. Erasmo, Carlos, Frankie, preach. 10 gigabytes times 3 children. No, bitch it up.
Goes by quick.
A lot of children. Frankie, the hotspots are 10 gigs.
Oh, they are 10.
You need to take a nap, Erasmo. I know. I promise that tomorrow, maybe. No, maybe. I'm actually planning to, it's kind of crazy, but tomorrow I'm actually planning to bring a couch into my office because I actually got some more furniture today. So I'm planning to bring a couch and set it up so it's like part of the furniture, but I'm bringing it to take naps during the day. If we can afford to pay the superintendent $418,000, then we can pay for high quality hotspots. Preach. I called the company and all you do is plug it in, the network keys and the back cover. Awesome. They did not ask me for any personal information. Too cool. Internet shouldn't slow down if they keep going to the same sites for learning and don't clean their cache or go to other non-school websites. That's kind of funny because you really think, come on, Primo. You really think that these kids are not going to be going to other websites? I know what you're saying, though. I'm not laughing at you, but yeah, we know our kids. It's not about owing anything. Y'all are trying to put your group in the majority because y'all have a lot of the same ideals. So again, what would be the difference? It's nice that you have an allegiance, but you would not have a choice if you're only one vote on the board. Again, let me say something, Mary Lou, and it's not a tough choice. You either choose Sylvia's candidates or you choose the individuals who are not in Sylvia's pocket. That's your choice. You choose Sylvia's candidates, or you choose the individuals who are not in Sylvia's pocket. That's the only choice, man. Because if I find out that y'all go out there and vote for Sylvia's candidates, I will be very, very, very disheartened. Very disheartened. Because she robbed this district blind, she robbed Rio Hondo blind, she robbed Los Fresnos blind, she robbed Socorro blind. When does it stop, guys? When does it stop? You have an opportunity for her to stop stealing Brownsville blind. Your children, man. She's a rata. She's a thief. She stole our district's money. So, yeah, you have a choice. Transparency is going to be the legacy of the new board, BISD board. Yeah, man. All our current board members need to go. Yes. And also they're achichincles. They have not there may not be enough bandwidth on Tuesday. We will have to have yes, you're right. Because the city is not prepared. And the district is not prepared. Look, and I'll give you an example. When I visited I'm not gonna say I visited a middle school and they were having this test online and it was some test and you'd go through the test and they were and Mr. Castro, because they called me Mr. Castro back then. Mr. Castro, would you like to try the test on the system? And I said, sure. So I get on the test and guess what? The system froze. And everyone's going like, oh crap. So you're trying to tell me that it was working well for everyone out there, and all of a sudden they just froze on the board member that walked in? No, we have to up our games at every single campus in regards to IT. We have to up our game up in regards to Wi-Fi throughout the district. And I'm sorry, we have to make the city. They have to up their games in regards to their Wi-Fi, their bandwidth throughout the city of Brownsville as well. Because guys, I don't care what Philip says. I don't care if he says that he's going to have 1 million buses Brownsville with Wi-Fi or with puntos calientes. I don't care. It's not going to be enough. I don't believe that these guys have to be influenced by Erasmo. It is very visible that the board is corrupt. When people get exposed, it's easy to see the whole picture. And look, guys, and I'll tell you exactly what I told every single individual that's running. You got to work your behind off to win this race. And look, and I'll give you an example. This morning, someone made a comment about Marisa. I said, well, you know, and I said, yeah, you're right. Right now she's coming across as a little bit weak. She's going to have to kick it in gear. Again, guys, I don't hide anything. I've told Frankie the same thing. You gotta kick it in gear. You gotta kick it in gear. I'm not going to run this race for anyone. For anyone. I'm going to fight the corrupt individuals that are running for office because that's what I do. But I'm not going to run this race for anyone. I'm not going to run this race for Carlos. Carlos doesn't need me to run this race for him at all. Carlos has his base, and Carlos is going to kick it into gear like you've never seen him run a race before. I know, not because of anything secretive or anything, but because I know the man. I know Carlos. I have faith that Frankie is going to kick it in gear. He's going to kick it in full gear. And again, it's up to him. And at the end of the day, if he wins his race, it'll be his victory. I'm not going to win these races for anyone. I'm going to win my race. I have an opponent. Everybody else has got to kick it in gear. I've told Vito the same thing. Vito, this is your race to lose. As of right now, and look, and look, people can accuse Vito of this and that, back and forth. They do it to everyone, man, because they can't stand for individuals to move ahead. They can't. So again, guys, everyone is running their own race. And again, got an opponent. If I had the luxury of not having an opponent, then I might be out there campaigning for other individuals, because I have. I campaigned for Michael Rodriguez as a city commissioner. And you know why I campaigned for Michael Rodriguez? He was the best choice. And I'm sorry, my Southmost people, y'all screwed up. Y'all screwed up. Y'all voted wrong. Y'all voted wrong. Michael Rodriguez should be the city commissioner for the city of Brownsville, District 1. Should be. He was the right choice. The voters voted for money. And what has that gotten us? Gotten us a kick in the butt. A kick in the butt. Because the commissioner we have now is trying to continue to protect PUB. Protect PUB. After they stole $71 freaking million from you. $71 freaking million from you. And they still want to mismanage $29 million from you. And she's still covering for them. Covering for them. Because she was on the PUB board. And that's who y'all elected in District 1. And it was a big mistake. So if I didn't have an opponent, I would be helping somebody out, as I did my best to help out Michael Rodriguez. District 1 just screwed up. District 1. And yeah, I'm ticked off because District 1 is my district, man. La Southmost. It's my country. Don't screw up again. Not this time. You get one.
I think
shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on Southwest.
You know, we each and all need a center ground. You know, we can't expect to be on the board being dead weight. You know, that's something that from the get-go, you know, we want to be a positive change within our community. We got to stand our own ground. We got to go out within our community. We got to be accessible the way we're doing it now. And I wouldn't have it no other way. You know, if I want my community's trust, if I want your, you know, that opportunity to serve in the capacity of being a BISD board trustee, I have to hold my own weight. And I should be held accountable from you, the voters. Again, I'm doing everything possible to get my name out, to get my platform out, to make sure that, you know, any questions that you may have, any criticism, any suggestions, I'm open to it all. Why? Because I want to better serve. Again, my platform is we the community. And if I'm not being accessible, if I'm not going around town, meeting new people, talking with the constituents, and seeing what really concerns teachers, parents, and staff, then I would be no use on that board. But I'm willing to do all these things and more. Why? Because I want to be given that opportunity to serve in this capacity. And I think every candidate should do the same. I'm not riding Erasmo's coattails. I'm doing everything possible that the city of Brownsville knows who Frankie Olivo is, what his platform is, what his background, what experience, and the reasons why I deserve to be your candidate on November the 3rd. Hey, elections, you know, politicking is not easy. But again, we're doing this because I want you to be assured that you are making the right choice in voting for Frankie Olivo for place 2.
And that's one of the reasons why, like, I was trying to educate Edelmiro. You know, I was trying to educate Edelmiro. Edelmiro, it's a different game now. You can't go on like, you hurt my feelings. Get over it, man. Now it's game time, bro. At the end of the day, look, guys. Do I want Carlos Elizondo to win place 7? You better believe it. I sure as heck do want him to win place 7. I sure as heck do. But if you all opt and decide to vote for Edelmiro, I'm going to have to suck it up, Buttercup. And I'm going to have to work with Edelmiro. It's just that simple. That's the way adults work. It's the way politicians work. And until the day that he continues to be in Sylvia's ear. If he continues to be in Sylvia's ear, then we will be calling him out. I will be calling him out even when I'm sitting on the damn board. Like I did with Sylvia. Because I'm the only person, folks, listen to this, the only person, the only board member to ever walk into the office of the FBI to report misdoings from fellow board members. The only board member. And you know why? Because I was going to keep my promise that I made to my community. I was always going to be honest. I was always going to be straightforward. So, less than 3 months after taking my oath of office, I walked my beautiful behind into the FBI office. Rudy, you're good, bro. I mean, again, your question was amazing. It was a great question. And again, please come on and ask these people, and ask me too, man. Ask hard questions, good questions. They're fair. So and I understand your frustration, man. And I promise you, I share the exact same frustration, man. So it was a valid question, and thank you for asking it. Good evening, my brothers. Sorry I'm late. Can you guys get on the PUB board? Unfortunately, we can't until I run for mayor of the city of Brownsville. And let me tell you, and I've said it before, and people say, don't say stuff like that. Look, guys, I only want to serve on BISD 2 full terms. I only want to serve 2 full terms. That's it. I want to run for JP sometime, but I wanted to go back to where I started. And the first race I ever ran in the city of Brownsville was for mayor of the city of Brownsville. So I wanted to go like full circle type of sorts. And I want to run at some point for mayor of the city of Brownsville. And then I will be on the PUB board as an ex facto member. And I will make them pay for what they've done to the city of Brownsville. Simple. Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for calling me gentlemen. Erasmo, Frankie, and Carlos, you have my vote. Love you. How can someone who's friends with Edelmiro try and throw shade talking about puppet masters? Well, it's all right. Again, it was a valid question. You know, I'm not going to, and again, everyone has their reasonings behind, but this is, and again, and Rudy, I hope you were being sincere with your question. It was a good question, man. It was a good question. And again, but and I don't care if he's little buddies with Edelmiro. I mean, that's fine. You know, at the end of the day, he's going to have to decide if Edelmiro is the candidate that he wants to represent him, friends or no friend. And you know what? I don't want people out there to be voting for their friends. I want people out there voting for the right candidate, one that's going to stand up to the superintendent. And look, one of the number one questions that you're going to have to ask people that are running for the board, the number one question, folks, do you agree with how the superintendent handled this fiasco? That's the number one question. Has to be asked of all the candidates out there. And based on that answer, you should know. You should know. Well, politicians will bet on their lives for the vote. But will you guys not let education students and community down? We need positive changes, 100%. And we need to reform the better education of our students, 100% staff education. We are the most rich district in the RGV, south of San Antonio, actually. But yet with the lowest paid educators, 100%. Why? Because he has the money to make our students the most competitive citizens in our nation. Remember, our students are our future. Yes, 100%. I think candidates should be able to connect, because if you want to serve the board meetings go online, then how are you going to serve? 100%. We have to be able to communicate with individuals. Spectrum and PUB robbing all of us. Preach. Love you, Bonnie. Mario Cortez Jr., the board has to work together. So the fact that they're coming together a lot on issues is a good thing. The difference is the current board came together to screw us over. However, Sylvia directed them. Stacy is 100% right. What hotspots? I requested one for my sons. Not sin at hospital. And all I got was puro chile. I sort of thought. I thought it was kind of funny. Gigabyte is highly recommended. I don't know what that is. Love you, primo. Haven't gained another angel. Yes, Dr. Caquias passed away. We announced it at the start. 10 gigabytes is a joke. That's like streaming 2 4K Netflix movies. It will not be enough, unfortunately. I understood half of that statement. The current BISD board needs to go. Folks, wake up. Look at the treatment they are giving to our students, staff, and educators during the pandemic, 100%. What's unbelievable is that she had already stolen from us, was fired, ripped someone else off, came back, and was rehired. No moms. No mames? No mames. Mames? Mames. No mames. Oh! Our tax pat with salaries, folks. Vote this corrupt board out. Stacy Garcia Serna. Oh, I totally agree with this board needs to go. I'm just not sure how good of an idea it is to vote in individuals that are all currently related and having a buddy system already. Trying to make the right choices. I do agree with Erasmo's ideals and Frankie's, even though he is not as talkative. But I can also agree to disagree. 100%. But let me tell you, Mary Lou, I can make you a promise that if the individuals that I pray make it on the board this time around, if they go astray, I swear to you, I will be the first one on here. And I don't care who it is. It could be Frankie, it could be Carlos, it could be Vito, it could be Marisa, it could be the coach, it could be anyone who makes it on that board. I promise you, I will be out here that same night to let you know. I promise you. Marisa, come on, say something to public. Exactly what I've told her today. I've been telling her for a while. BISD Technology Department and Computer Services have been doing an amazing job throughout the summer and always polite and helpful. Yeah, I love my IT guys. Great guys. They've been overworked trying to get our staff, parents, and students. They are. I love Todd Nichols. Can't remember the other guy's name. Mike. Sorry, but
they got their work cut out for them at Erasmo, because now everything's gonna be all IT. You know, for the most part. Back then it was, you know, in classroom. Now everything's gonna be remotely. So let's see. Let's hope and pray that they have everything, you know, up to par, and are embracing for the worst. You know, to be able to withstand all these, you know, lagging and all these technical difficulties that we have seen throughout, you know, the different podcasts. So let's hope that they have, you know, different plans in order to avoid, you know, the interruption of instruction throughout in my opinion, the 4 weeks and hopefully longer. But then again, you know, only time will tell. But it is going to be very challenging at Erasmo for the teachers, for the students, and even for our IT department, as you know, we're going to see how it goes for these 4 weeks. Hopefully we're able to manage.
Mr. Fisher, I remember the name. And the reason I remember Todd Nichols' name more is because I actually have him on Facebook. And I know that he recently had a birthday. So, Mr. Fisher, sorry. I don't think I have you on Facebook. When Sylvia came back after screwing us over, I had to start taking blood pressure meds. When Izaguirre was reelected while on trial, I had to double it. Rudy Herrera, these guys are better than what is there. 100%. Erasmo and Frankie, what are the concerns of BISD that alarm you? And what are the areas of BISD you feel are on course, if any? You want to start? You want me to start?
My main concern and my platform is special needs. I feel that the district has not been paying close attention to this department. We need to revamp that department. We need to give Ms. Lipa any and all opportunity to become successful. I believe it was just this year where they started purchasing tablets, and technology compared to 3-4 years ago. Everything's outdated. I want to make sure that we have the resources available. We need more staff. We need more training. It's very important that we understand that special needs, every student has a different goal, and we need to ensure their success, towards graduation. We need to know, that everything that they do with their IEP is geared towards for them being successful. I think that's very important for the special needs department. That's one of my focus. Another thing is compensation. I strongly feel that teachers, they haven't been paid adequately. We need to make sure that they're up to par with the Valley, and not just our teachers, our staff as a whole. We know the size of our budget. We need to make sure that we're less top heavy and rewarding people at the top. And we need to remember of those individuals who are heavily involved with our students, our paraprofessionals, our FNS workers, our bus drivers, our teachers, counselors, diagnosticians. These people are the ones that are dealing daily with these students, and they should be rewarded adequately. Another thing, my main concern is fear of retaliation. We've heard stories from teachers, from counselors, from administrators that if they say something wrong, or if they support a certain candidate, or if they're vocal about something, they get retaliated against. Maybe not personally, but the main thing that I've heard is they'll find a way to get you. They'll make sure that that you messed up. So I want to change the morale. Again, my platform is allowing staff to be more vocal. I want them to be able to criticize me. That way, as a board member, I can better serve BISD.
Good job. And that will go for the next question on there, Lucifer, in regards to the platform. But because Frankie, what is your platform? And I guess that covers the platform. No, the biggest issue with BISD right now are the vendors, the overpaid individuals at the top, and the excess individuals that float around in the organizational chart that should not be there. That's the big issue. And everything else trickles down from that. BISD, where BISD is on course, is our amazing teachers, our amazing counselors, our amazing frontline staff. Let me tell you, because I got called out a little bit about, hey, that's what you never mentioned frontline staff. And the truth is I have. My first concern during the summer was my frontline staff, because they were called into work. And I knew that some of them were already coming out positive. Our frontline staff do an amazing job. Let me tell you, as great people. Our food nutritional service employees, man, they're so caring. They're so loving. That is one of the reasons why whenever I would visit any campus, the first place that I'd hit was food nutrition service cafeterias, our custodial staff. So we're on point, guys. And let me tell you something. And again, I love IDEA. I love Jubilee. I love Harmony. I love all our private schools. My St. Joe kids, man, I love them. And let me tell you, my St. Joe kids and parents, they love Erasmo Castro. Let me tell you guys, I love them all. But BISD has the most amazing educators, the most amazing personnel. And I was honored to be their representative. And I will be honored to represent them once again. So Lucifer, in regards to Frankie's platform, and please don't ask him to spill those 10, 15 minutes again, but let's go into current occupation and experience. Avoid the political BS by ranting on for 15 minutes, short and sweet.
I currently work for Cameron County. I'm the court coordinator for the 404 District Court. I am an alumni of Leadership Brownsville, Class 31, a greater organization that taught me how municipal government operates and the importance of nonprofit organizations. My platform, I just spoke my platform, and I'm in my race. I'm the only candidate with a education background, as I am. I got my major in history, minor in government, and secondary education. Passed my pedagogy exams, but unfortunately, God had other plans for me, and I've been working with the county since 2012.
Awesome. I hope that was as a good non-political from my friend Lucifer. Lucifer and Erasmo are friends, and please nobody make no memes. Erasmo and Frankie 2020. Elizabeth 2020. Elizabeth is also seeking a position for school board member in Kingsville. And let me tell you, I love this woman. I love my daughter Haley with all my heart. I love them, and they know it. Love you guys. Look, folks, we need to stop this corrupt board from using us, laughing at our faces. We are not illiterate and uneducated like they think we are. The current board think that they can get away with murder. Murder, she wrote. because they think how to get away with murder, because they think that we are a bunch of uneducated baboons. We're not. Step it up. Make your voice heard. No more corruption. It's up to you and to me to make the difference. Preach. I love this woman. I love this woman. I love me some Sandra. She's awesome. Candidates need to let people know that they plan to bring to the table. 100%, man. 100%. What is Eddie's platform? Oh, I don't see him here taking questions from anyone. They're not going to take the hard questions, bro. They're not. Because, look, part of having this live is you set yourself up. And again, I set myself, and I don't skip questions unless they're disrespectful. And like, some people come on here go like, and block, But if you have a serious question out there, because that is not a dialogue. That's not a question. That's just you being a stupid idiot. But if an individual comes on here and asks a decent question, they're going to stay on here. And I don't care what they're going to ask about. I don't care if it's anything dealing with Vito, with Frankie, with Carlos, with myself. If it's a decent, respectful question, more power to them. They cannot. Minerva cannot answer the tough questions. She can't respond as to why they threw our district into chaos, why she permitted herself to be used by Sylvia Atkinson to decimate several individuals out there. She can't answer the questions. Flip-flopping Philip can't answer why he's continuously lying on his post about having all this equipment and how the superintendent is doing a great job. I mean, you really think Flip-flopping Philip is going to come on here and people are asking, why do you think the superintendent is doing a great job while we are anxiety-ridden staff? Do you think little Eddie is going to come on here and respond as to why he gave an extension to the contract of the superintendent by 1 year? Come on. They can't. They won't. You think he's going to ask why he was appointed by Sylvia Atkinson to be on the board? You think little Eddie will answer that question? They won't. They will not. I wouldn't trust Carlos with his past being accused of theft of thousands and without past heavy legal issues. I wouldn't trust Carlos. Let me say, again, I'm not going to respond for Carlos. I will say that I ran against Carlos. And you all know, guys, I would make sure, because when I run, I made sure that I let people know that he was under 13 indictments when he and I ran against each other. I'm not going to respond for Carlos Eleazar. I'm not. But I will say something. He was exonerated, found innocent of those charges. And let me tell you, one of the
drink water.
No, it's bad for me. One of the last charges out there. One of the last charges is really very, very dumb. dumb charge. A very, very dumb charge. Again, vet Carlos. He's got a story to tell, bro. He's got a story to tell. Don't sign him off. And again, I'm going to let him respond to your question. I can tell you what I've experienced with Carlos because I ran against him while he had those indictments over his head. He was found innocent. And let me tell you, I can almost guarantee you that he was innocent because I understand the influence of Sylvia Atkinson behind the scenes. Baltasar Salazar. So there's a lot of things that a lot of individuals don't know. Look, and I'm going to say this, hopefully, I hate talking about Sylvia because she's not worth our time much anymore, except that we have to pinpoint the candidates that she has running in this race. But let me tell you, this indictment that's out there against Sylvia, guys, I swear to you, it's not the only thing that's coming. Why do y'all think that every single motion, every single presence that is made at the courthouse, the federal courthouse, is sealed, is hidden? is because there's a lot going to come your way. I promise you guys. I know for a fact. Just be patient. The Sylvia saga isn't over by a long shot, and I hope it actually starts October the 13th. I have this feeling that it won't, unfortunately, because I would love for you to know everything that I know. And again, and I probably only know like 5% of it all. Royal has asked the hard questions always. Volume, no sound. No, the superintendent is awful. Fire him immediately. Erasmo, internet service. Am I going out or what? Oh, it wasn't my voice, I think. No? Mom, man. I don't get it. Why is it that when it is time for public comment, comment is all that can be done? People should be able to ask the board Q&A, and so they don't have the opportunity to research their answers or have others address their concerns. Look, I agree. But you know what? After I get elected to the board, you could come on here and ask me anything you want because I'll be doing this for a long, long, long time. Mary La Bruja. Ah, that's a. I don't mean to laugh. It was funny when it popped out. I didn't know what it was saying. Don't let this distract you from the fact that in 1966, Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns. Freddie, behave, police officer. Yes, Frankie, special ed and the mentally ill are forgotten. I remember Mr. Nichols as Coach Nichols back in the day at Gonzalez Elementary. He's awesome. I love Mr. Nichols and Mr. Fisher as well. But I see more of Mr. Nichols because he's on my Facebook page, and Mr. Fisher is, I don't think he is. I don't know. BISD has special needs children who are medically compromised and they can't attend, but BISD would rather have them at school, sick and than safe. I'm one of those parents. You are. You're amazing. How will you revamp special ed? Is this for me or for Frankie? And where and how? You throw out good key terms that can get some voters' attention, but how will you get funding for all those resources? Raising taxes? It's a great question.
I'm not. I've never been in favor of raising taxes. We just have to be more responsible with our budget and allocating. My platform is special needs, so I would want to allocate a lot more funds to special needs department. Again, we need to give Miss Lipa a lot more help. We haven't been giving her that help for the previous years. And how would we revamp the special ed department? We need more paraprofessionals. I've heard that there's only 2. I think we need 3, possibly more. There's so much going on at once for only a limited amount of paras to be dealing with, with the students. That and getting more resources, more tablets, more technology. A lot of our equipment is outdated. How can we expect for our students to succeed without the proper resources available? So no raising taxes. We got to be responsible with our money. I would allocate a lot more money to our special needs department. We already get our money's federally funded, so we just need to be smart about our money. And I would want more paras in the room to help out with our teacher. There's a lot going on, and we need more technology because our equipment is outdated.
Cool. Hello. Y'all are always honest. This is why you have our vote. God bless and much love. Love you, Miguel. Blessings, my bro, and blessings to Claudia. Love her too. IEPs are cookie cutter plans that don't meet or fit each individual student. That is unacceptable. Yeah, that is something that needs a lot of revamping. What? The money to help special ed services is there. You just need to vote out the corrupt board and misspent money and steal it. No need to raise taxes. Kat is 100% right. For far too long, monies that should have been going for special ed were drained out for other pet projects. It was irresponsible. Should never have been allowed. It should be returned. And I'll give you one very, very blatant example. One very blatant example. It's like the band students. Band students should have gotten $25,000 for new instruments this year. They received nothing at the high school level. Nothing. Each school should have received 25, and I'm averaging $25,000. Our middle school should have received $18,000. They received nothing. Nothing. And the reason that they got away with it is they did a joining of two items. Each one was 25, which equaled 50. They joined the two items with a little slash and didn't give them the 50, gave them 25. That's how they got away with it. That's what they did to special education. It's got to stop. Because everything is a hoax to her. La Minerva? Yeah. We need a new fine arts center that must be priority number one. Brownsville has way too many great programs. These students deserve the best study. Let me tell you, Mr. McMichael, you know you're not supposed to make promises, before you get on the board. I'll tell you one thing. The people of Brownsville have already been promised a performing arts center. That is why that 1 penny was moved over, and then taxes were raised 3 months later. That's why. Well, actually, the penny was moved over, and let me just clarify. Penny was moved over for improvements. The taxes were raised for the Performing Arts Center for the Hannah Gym. But it was the Performing Arts Center that was number one. The Hannah Gym was number two. We should have already had a Performing Arts Center. We will have a Performing Arts Center. Remember in November, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Not Sylvia. But in regards to, I think you're referring to Carlos. Carlos was found innocent. Everyone is innocent for guilty. Yeah. Minerva will never admit she messed up. Look at what you said. She said about the supplies yesterday. She's a liar. And again, she said it in the room. And again, you could ask Jessica Gonzalez. She was there. And I said, that's why y'all should have ordered stuff in April. She said, we did order stuff in April. And I said, no, you didn't. You just voted on it 3 weeks ago. Are you nuts? She's just like Edelmiro. Couldn't even remember that they had voted on the compensation plan. He doesn't even know what the compensation plan is all about. That's what I find funny. And of course, my opponent doesn't know what a compensation. My opponent doesn't even know what public education is all about. You think she's going to understand compensation plan? Come on. Come on. Caviar. Yacht trips on the Riviera. Weekend vacations to Italy. You think she's going to understand what a student goes through walking across the damn bridge at 6 o'clock in the morning to walk all the way to Porter because doesn't have enough money to get on the bus or pay las rolas? You think she understands? You think she understands a student that is out there in the cafeterias collecting the food that other people leave and putting them in their backpacks to take home so that their family can eat at night? You think my opponent understands that? No. No, cannot. Not while she's sipping mimosas and eating caviar. No. So look, guys, simple. Carlos was proven innocent. If we want our voices and concerns to be heard, we all have to do our part. Go out and vote for change. Vote for Mr. Castro and Mr. Olivo. Preach. Thank you, Frank. And I appreciate our first responders out there and their support. No, I meant during the board meetings, not now, should have been more specific. No, I understood what you said. The problem is that public comment is very stringent. But I agree. Maybe we should open it up more to have a moment of questions and answers. It's something to look at. Preachy, Percy, and Carlos. Preach, Percy, and Carlos. The board should take questions and respond to them at meetings. I think that could happen. More life skills classes, 100%. Let's go back to, one of the things that I miss is home economics. And I never was in home economics. Where did the money for the fancy scoreboard at Sam Stadium come from? I know. All the special ed teachers know too.
Got to be smarter with our money.
Mr. Frankie, the district needs to raise pay for para-educators. I was one before, and it's difficult to live off crumbs. Let me tell you, JJ, I was a paraprofessional, and I know exactly what you're talking about. When I was a paraprofessional, I was making, I would dare say, $800 a month. Right now, and this was like 30 years ago, right now, my paraprofessionals make $1,200 a month. That is insulting.
Yeah.
It's insulting for the amount of work that they do. Yes, I talking about Carlos Atkinson is going to fry. Yes. Big words, a lot of words. With no fine arts administrator and no real leadership there, I fear they will screw the fine arts over again. Let me tell you. Performing Arts Center has to be built because it was promised a long time ago. Has to be built. Fine arts director and personnel needs to be revamped. We have to have individuals on there that are going to be fighters for our fine arts department. Fighters, not individuals who are yes people for the superintendent. Not individuals who stop communication with the voice of Brownsville, with the people of Brownsville. Frankie, last words.
I'm gonna have a busy week. You know, I got shirts, I got masks to deliver. So it's gonna be an interesting couple days. I'm excited to to personally meet people along the campaign trail. I find it amazing that people have been very supportive, have been sending me positive messages, not to give up, to keep on delivering the message, to keep on just positive vibes all in all. And it's very rewarding. People message me, hey, I saw your sign, you're doing great. Running isn't easy, but one does this because we feel that there's a need. And again, my grandpa always said, his famous words, if you want something done, do it yourself. I think this is a great way for me to serve my community, our community, in this capacity, being a BISD board trustee member. I'm here every night. I'm exposing myself to any and all questions, and I wouldn't have it any other way, because I want my community to be able to evaluate me, to be able to criticize me, to be able to give me suggestions. I'm not here to say that I know it all, but I'm here to say that I'm willing to listen, and I'm willing to work for the better progress of our district, of our city. I'm so grateful that I've taken on this amazing journey of potentially becoming your next BISD board trustee. I'm extremely grateful for each and every one of you. I think we're on the right path, and we will do great things. Special needs department, it needs to be addressed. Compensation is something for all employees, needs to be addressed. Those are issues that we will work with, because it is time that we address these issues. But the main thing is that we have to work together. I'm excited, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. Looking forward to meeting you guys throughout these next couple of days on that campaign trail. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much.
Guys, one of the deaths that was reported today was the 19-year-old from Los Fresnos. I think it might be the same individual that we reported this weekend. Again, prayers out to the family. A 19-year-old, guys. Just graduated high school last year, but it's the same individual. One of our kids here in Los Fresnos passed away. So it's not a hoax, Minerva. It's not a hoax, Superintendent. It's time to do the right thing. Guys, if anyone out there is in need, please make sure that you help out as much as possible. Getting their groceries, getting their medicine. Guys, please be good to each other. Please be good to me. See you tomorrow at 9.